Hello and welcome to How to Make a Fighting Game using Godot with a Spine Part 5. Here you have the timeline of the video, and in this episode we are going to solve some bugs that we found in the last part, and we are going to solve it in order to continue. Remember that we right now are a small community, so leaving a like or a comment is very. Hello guys and welcome. In the last part of this tutorial we found some troubles. Like for example, you can see here, if we touch once, okay, and we don't touch more, it's like we are dogging forever. So you may think that this is a problem of the Boolean variables that we seen in the last part. But I have like good news and bad news. Let's start with the good news. I found the bug. It's very easy to solve, and we will solve it in this episode. The bad news, it wasn't written in the code. The bug was in the Spine exportation. When Spine export the files, didn't export the events well. So the triggering of the Boolean values were doing like very good, okay? So this is something that we need to take in consideration when we are exporting to check if the events are working or not. Let me explain to you with the images. So if we go to the player script on player spine animation event, remember that this signal is to detect when an event is triggered, okay? So we code this, that if the event name is thrown on right dodge or thrown on left dodge, please change the value to the Boolean value change set to true or to false. If it's false, set to true. If it's true, set it to false. Okay? And let's see, as I told you, here we have two events. One that triggers the Boolean value to true, and another one that triggers the Boolean value to false. Okay? So we need to check, and very easily, we're going to just print and put, for example, is dogging. What we expect to see is that, and we are going to put the Boolean variable. What we expect to see is that when we are dodging to the left or to the right, it appears twice. The print appears twice. But see what happened. Let's touch to the left and it appears once. Let's touch to the right and it appears once. Let's put it again. Left and right. And it should appear for one dodge, should appear twice. So we have a problem that we have to solve. In Spine, what I have done is to erase the events and do it again, and put it again in the place. And now what we're going to do is to export again the things, okay? But first we're going to jump to the Spine folder of the project, okay, that we were to have done, and we're going to erase everything except the resource, because what we are going to do is to export again. So let's jump to Spine and let's hit export, and in this case we're doing it in a different place, tutorial fighting game, and let's hit Spine, okay, and select this folder. Let's export it, and you can see that if we go to Spine, it will start to import the assets. After import the asset, you will see that now we will have like two prints. First, let's clean up the print because we cannot see the message well, okay? So let's just hit print here and erase everything that is to print, okay? That is printing that we don't want. For example, we don't want this print, so we hit Control K and we hide it. Maybe in the future we want it. And let's Control K here and here so we can see better if it's working or not. Okay, and let's move to the, this is the enemy, let's move to the player and do the same. Control F and put print. Okay, we want this and we only have one match. Let's go to fight and we don't have enough. Okay, so let's hit play now and see that if we hit for the right, we have dogging true and dogging false. Right now it's working as we want. And if we hit to the left, we have the same. You can see in the output, dogging true, dogging false, dogging true, dogging false, to the left and right touch. So now it's working well. And please, for the sake that the project is going well, be sure to check if the enemy boolean value is also working well. So what we're going to do, just this else on enemy's spine animation event, we are in the enemy script. Just take this because we don't want to see more text in the output. Put pass at the moment, and just let's put, for example, print before. Let's put is attacking. Okay, let's put is attacking, and we must see that when we hit play and the player is attacking, the enemy is attacking, we should be able to see true, false, true, false, true, false. Okay, true, false. So it's working. Please check if it's working as well as I. If it's not working, remember to change the spine and change again and export again the previous events. Okay, I will show you for you to see, because I have also changed it. And okay, this is the event that I put here and here, the event. Okay, and if we go to the right jab, I put it here and here. Okay, frame 23, frame 30, and in the right jab, frame 24, frame 31. If you think that this is too complicated, just do one thing and download the project for this part and continue in this way. Okay, so you will have all the bugs solved. So now I want to show you a very interesting bug that we need to solve, and it's very useful because you can use it for all your games. And we are going to see, we're going to jump to the player script, and in the input and handle input event, we are going to write a print once. And for example, let's just write, for example, just left, another word. It doesn't matter, okay? So what we expect to happen when we press the key jab, that is the letter Q, and then we hit our left click of the mouse, or right click of the mouse, we expect this to be one input signal. Okay, so we expect this to be printed once. Okay, but let's see what happens. And this we expect the same, to be print once. And let's see what happened. Let's see the output here. Okay, so now it's okay, now it's okay. Oh, just hit once, and now, as you can see, sometimes it's printing twice. You can see in the output, I'm just hitting once, and because I'm pressing too much, it's like printing twice, and we don't want this for the game, because if we want to emit signals or something, the input is not doing what we want. So let's fix this. So the solution is very easy. Let's put here, after input is action press jab, another if statement. If event is input event mouse button, then if it's press left button and right, just let's print this. Okay, let's see if it's working now or not. So as you can see, when I hit and try to do it twice, it's just printing once. And the same here. And I'm pressing hard. And as you can see, it's just printing once. So let's do the same with all the other attacks that we have written, okay? And remember to put this inside of the if statement. Let's copy this, uppercut the same for us, and let's put this here, okay? And everything, the other thing, remains exactly the same, and the problem is solved. Now what we want is to change the dodging of the player, because as I told you before, when the enemy is doing the left jab, we want to check if the player is dodging to the left, and when the enemy is doing the right jab, we want to check if the player is dodging to the right. So it's not enough to have the Boolean variable of players dodging to set to true or false. We need to divide it into two. So let's first name it. For example, var player is right. Okay, let's put right dogging, for example. And this will be a bool that is going to be false in the beginning. And the same, var player is left dogging is again will be a false value, okay? So now we need to use this boolean instead of this one. So let's change whatever we needed. That is in here. Remember, this is when the enemy is doing a left jab or right jab, he's doing this signal. And we check what the player is doing, okay? So if the action, if it's a left jab, what we need to see if is the player is dogging to the left, okay? And if the player is not dogging to the left, so it will be considered a hit, okay? And to the right, we do the same. If the player is dogging to the right, is okay. We are dodging. And if not, we are having a hit. And we need to split this because it's not the same, okay? We are doing for both. If we are dogging right or dogging left, just change the value. But we at the moment don't want this right now, okay? So let's split this and say if we have right dodge do something, and because let's put to make it like more close statement, let's use it like this, okay? Because the player or is dogging to the left or is dogging to the right, it can do all the same action, both actions at the same time, right? So let me see, we just, okay. And what we do here, when the player is doing the right dodge, what we are going to do is to change the value. So player is dogging right, we change the value, it's not equal to player is dogging right. Okay, so we change the value. And when the, this is equal to the opposite. Now it's working well. And if the player is dogging left, is equal to the opposite that we have in the moment. So this means that we change the value the same than before. Let's see if this is working. So for example, we hit and we dodge, okay? We dodge, it's working well at the moment. And let's try to do the opposite. If I, for example, wrote, oh, it's a hit, and here is a hit. So it seems it's working well. It's a hit, this is considered a hit, and this is considered a hit. So it's working well, but I noticed something that I want to change, that you see that the transition of the animation is a little bit rough. So I want to change this, and it's very easy to change. So let's do it right now. Let's move to the player scene, and in the player scene, let's make the a mix of the node. No, I'm wrong. Let's go to the here, to the skeleton data resource, and here let's put a 0.05 transition. Okay, the full mix. Let's save it and see how it's working right now. As you see now, it's a little bit better. Maybe we can do a better transition, but at the moment it's okay. So let's check again. We do and we get a hit, and if we do the right, okay. It seems that it's working well.